Fellas, what's going on? It is Ajax here with an update for my Ford Truck Month build. It's been a few weeks since I made a video, and I apologize for the delay. Unfortunately, real life has been particularly jarring these last couple of weeks, and while I'm on the other side of things, it just didn't make for much time at the bench. Fortunately, I've managed to get some time here. I've got a nice 4-day weekend coming up and want to spend some quality time knocking out this and a couple other projects I'll share with you guys. But first and foremost, I wanted to give you an update on this Ford Truck Month build, so you guys knew what was happening. So as you can see here, it's been painted, repainted. We ditched the yellow for Krylon's satin nickel, and it's the satin nickel finish straight out of the rattle can with Duplicolor's acrylic lacquer clear coat, also straight out of the rattle can. And the main reason for that was I was trying to finish it before the end of January. Naturally, or of course, as you can see, that didn't happen, but that was my goal. So that's why we didn't decant everything and spray it through the airbrush and all that other fun stuff. Right now, the body, it's got a nice shine to it, but of course, as you can see there, it still needs a wet sanding and a polishing, and we'll get around to doing that. The last bit that I needed to take care of, because as you guys saw in the last video, the chassis is all taken care of. I just needed to get the interior squared away, and so the interior, there's the bench seat there, and then my interior door panels. Those have been sprayed. It's now a matter of taking the second color here, this suede craft acrylic, and painting the two-tone stuff on the interior before we start final assembly and get it all knocked out. So that is where the Ford Truck Month build is. It's in a pretty good place. Hopefully this 4-day weekend will be kind to me, and I'll be able to put this one to bed sooner rather than later. So there's progress on the Ford Truck Month front. The other builds I was going to talk to you guys about are, I've got stuff currently, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but I've got stuff sitting in queue right now. Stuff that was on my bench, stuff that I may have talked about here on the channel beforehand that, like, I just simply didn't get back to, like stuff that I started on and didn't finish. And one of the things I wanted to do here in the new year was to make sure that I cleared out that queue in the back before starting new projects. Now, of course, I've got the Ford Truck Month here, or the Ford Truck Month build here, still have to build, and then coming up next month, I've got the Pro Street build from NYS Modeling that I'm going to be taking part in. But between those builds, wanted to knock out a couple of these old or these builds that have stalled out. So just trying to, like, get these out of the way and cleaned or finished up rather, so that this backlog of half-built kits that I've got sitting off to the side decreases rather than increases. So as you see here, this is the AMT 69 Chevelle. To give you an idea of what we're dealing with here, the body has been painted and is cleared. It just needs to be polished at this point, wet sanded, polished, and then have the bare metal foil or liquid chrome put on board. The interior is, again, it's finished, so it is good to go. And then your chassis here, the chassis again is also, it's finished. This stuff is all put together. It's just a matter of final assembly, like finishing up the bits and pieces that need to be finished up, and then being done with it. So that is one of the ones in progress that I plan on putting to bed, because all the bits and pieces there are essentially done. It's just a matter of, like, finishing the fight, as it were. Now this one, because I'll be working on a Pro Street in March, probably going to double up and also take care of this Pro Street as well. The 66 Chevy Nova was a kit that I started for Little Joe's Street Outlaws build. And it too is a case where, we've got the body, it's been painted, it's been cleared, it's the interior, again, the interior is taken care of. I've got all the chassis bits. They're essentially like ready to be installed. He's like, there's your hood with the Outlaw scoop. It's this one. The difference was, as you can see here in the interior with those holes that I've got there, I actually worked on a roll cage, and what took the wind out of my sails is the roll cage, as you can see here, got busted up and needed to be repaired. So, sorry, get that back in frame for you guys. So, I basically, it stalled out because of issues with this frame and that fitment. But there's really no excuse for it to be sitting in the box like this because, like I said, it's essentially done. All the other bits that I've got for it, the racing seat, the fuel cell, the battery, all that stuff is done. It just needs to be like assembled and then completed. So that's those are two of a few that I've got in my backlog that I'm just going to wrap up this year. That's what's going to happen. So between the group build and the stuff that I've talked about here on the channel, we're just going to wrap up the backlog. So I will touch more on that in a video specifically for those after I get the 4 truck month build off the bench. I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself and foul things up. So moving forward, my hope is to have more content on old content for you guys. The last thing I wanted to touch on before I wrap this video up was looking at my channel this week. I saw that I am on the verge of hitting 500 subscribers. And I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys. That's absolutely mind-blowing to me that like there are that many people who would be interested in this channel, interested in listening to me ramble on and attempt to build these kits and share it on YouTube. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. I'm a big fan of this community, and the fact that this community has been so helpful and welcoming. And so once I hit that 500 subscriber mark, I will do a giveaway. I've got plenty of stuff here in my stash that I'm sure would be would fit the bill for giving away to the community. So again, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I just wanted to put that out there, and I wanted to say thank you to you guys because I'm I'm kind of in awe and really, really grateful that that so many of you feel compelled to feel compelled to watch my videos and support me. So thank you guys very, very much for that. Anyhow, enough with my soppy rambling. I'm gonna wrap this video up and then put in some work on this Ford Truck Month build in the hopes that I'll be able to turn it around and get you guys a final video here next week. Until then, you guys keep on building, and I will catch up with you later. All right.